Pick it up, one by one. That's what you're good for.
Then move faster. My veil matters more than your pride.
Stay useful or get thrown out.
Chicago is watching the Hale wedding live.
Hannah, Neil, fix the mess you made.
At least someone here knows her place.
Oh my God, she's running?
You humiliated me.
If this wedding collapses, the market opens with blood.
Why are you looking at me?
Not her. Hannah Brooks will marry into the Hale family. Now.
You didn't save me. You used me.
Both can be true.
You can walk?
I was never waiting to stand. I was waiting to see who'd kneel first.
You can walk.
I never said I couldn't.
You dragged me into a bigger trap.
The wedding was damage control, not romance. 3 months. Play my wife.
From bridesmaid to wife. Still a prop.
Did the bridesmaid steal bride's life? She always wanted what belonged to her sister!
Open the gate.
And let them finish you?
They're my family.
No. They're your handlers.
Confidentiality agreement, marriage protocol, media restrictions.
Hannah! Get out here and explain yourself!
Remove her from my property.
You'd do that for me?
I did it for my wife. Sign, and we control the story.
And if I don't?
Sign or don't, your choice. Starting tomorrow, this family will try to make you kneel.
In this house, hesitation smells louder than perfume.
Then they'll hear me coming.
They want you standing before you sit.
A borrowed dress, a borrowed ring, and now a borrowed seat.
If there isn't a chair, I can stand.
That's all you ever did at weddings anyway.
Good breeding starts with knowing your place.
Marital liability waiver. Reproductive cooperation addendum.
If you mean to stay, prove you can be useful beyond a headline.
Sign. Or go back to carrying veils.
You said I was chosen. You said you chose me. Why me?
Because you're more useful than they think.
Useful. That's your word for a wife?
It's the word that keeps you alive in this family. The board's rattled. They're saying you grabbed a bridesmaid to cover a collapse.
A family can survive scandal. It rarely survives ridicule.
Then let's teach the replacement how not to embarrass us at dinner.
If she embarrasses anyone, Serena, it'll be the people underestimating her.
Fork, glass, smile. No. Move the escort cards left. Open that lane. Your donors are bottlenecking at the door, and your photo wall is killing traffic.
Yes, ma'am.
You taught a servant to stand. Dangerous hobby.
No, she did that herself.
The trustees asked who fixed the room.
My wife did. One more question. Do you still have the pendant from when you were a child?
How do you know about that? How do you know this exists?
Because someone has been looking for it for years.
You investigated me before the wedding.
I verify threats before they reach my table.
So I wasn't chosen. I was flagged.
You were found.
Mrs. Hale, your mother is at the gate with cameras.
I raised her! I fed her! She stole her sister's wedding and calls it fate!
Did Hannah Brooks seduce her way into the Hale family?
Let me answer her.
She wants tears. I prefer records. Elias. 7 years of diverted wages, fabricated care expenses, unpaid labor billed as family support.
She owes me everything!
Then explain why her earnings paid your daughter's tuition, your salon bills, and this bag.
Did you exploit her? Did you lie on camera?
You knew before the wedding about the pendant, about me.
Tied to a private trust my grandfather buried.
If you knew who I was from the start, did this wedding save you or use me? Did you marry up or just break in through the back door?
A Hale wife shouldn't look grateful. She should look born to own the room.
Funny. I thought this lunch was for sick children, not hungry women.
If you need a headline, use this. My wife is here by my invitation.
Some women marry into responsibility. Others should learn silence before privilege.
Then stop seating donors in front of cameras and hiding patients behind curtains. Move the families to the center. Put the board members on the side. Let the children be seen first.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't rewrite a Hale event with waitress instincts.
I learned from 7 weddings exactly how rich people hide disasters. Not today.
If this is a stunt, it dies tomorrow.
Then help me make it survive tomorrow.
Your wife just turned a donor lunch into a clinic floor. Control her.
She improved your fake charity in under 3 minutes. Thank her before I audit.
Used me again, this time in front of better lighting.
And they would have eaten you alive if I didn't. That necklace, keep it on. Don't let anyone touch it.
How do you know about this?
Because what they think you are isn't what you are.
You knew there was something in here.
I knew enough to keep you alive.
My pendant. That woman. The Hale seal. Stop feeding me pieces.
Then ask the right question.
Did you know I'm tied to this family before the wedding?
Yes.
So I wasn't chosen. I was located.
I chose the only option they couldn't bury.
You sound exactly like my stepmother. Useful, convenient, worth keeping.
If that ring hadn't landed in your hand, Conrad would have erased you before you knew your own name.
Protection without truth is still a cage.
Conrad moved early. Emergency shareholder session. They want your authority suspended.
Now you know why I couldn't wait.
If everyone wants a piece of me, I'm done being easy to carry. You all knew I was hidden.
Then stop hiding.
Open the box linked to this key. Now.
This vault requires identity match and legacy seal verification.
Then verify it.
If this record still exists, you will not stall her.
Supplementary trust papers, photographs, a personal letter.
That pendant. That's mine. You knew.
I knew enough to look for you, not enough to prove it.
So the ring didn't choose me. You did.
Back off.
They came for the papers.
Touch her again, lose the hand.
Security!
You let me kneel at that wedding. You let them tear at me in that house.
If I carried you, you'd stay exactly what they made you. Useful, obedient, replaceable.
You don't get to break me and call it training.
Good. Then stop being anyone's stand-in. Start being their threat. Emergency notice. Conrad has called a shareholder meeting. Motion filed to remove Vincent and charge Hannah with marriage fraud.
Did you marry into Hale for money, Mrs. Brooks? Did he fake the wheelchair to scam investors? Homewrecker, fraud bride, future heir. Which one are you? If I wanted an easy life, I would have stayed silent. Ask who profits when sick children become stock protection.
Your family called this a photo op. We call it a waiting list.
Sponsors came, cameras came, equipment never did.
Show me every room they promised and never funded.
This is what they donate to the cameras.
You wanted me to fight for a seat at your table. I'm done fighting for a table built on this.
Then burn the table. I'll clear the room.
3 swing votes, 2 already leaning to Conrad. Tomorrow they move to strip his authority and expel you for marital fraud.
Photographer, venue director, 2 gala planners, 1 crisis PR chief. You call them wedding leftovers, I call them witnesses.
Board notice, final language just came in.
They want me thrown out? Good. Tomorrow they can try it to my face.
Then lead.
Did you marry into Hale for money? Are the trust documents fake?
If you want a statement, survive the meeting.
You don't have to shield me.
Then don't flinch.
Before we discuss governance, we address contamination. A staged marriage, a fabricated bride, a public manipulation.
She climbed over my humiliation and called it destiny.
Sit down before you embarrass yourself again.
Motion 1, suspend Vincent Hale's executive authority. Motion 2, revoke Hannah Brooks Hale's spousal residence and family recognition pending fraud review.
Sign your withdrawal, and this room may still let you leave with dignity. You were useful for one ceremony. Don't mistake that for belonging.
If this marriage was a fraud, why were your removal papers drafted before the vows were cold? You call me an intruder. I brought this company back. Families, donors, and trust in 2 weeks. Not one of you defended this name when the wedding collapsed. I did.
You were handed a ring!
And you were handed a bride. Under the founder's supplemental trust, Ms. Brooks is not removable by mood or insult. She has standing. You owe her a formal review.
Then we review them both, publicly.
At the next hearing, I won't be performing weakness.
You knew they were coming for me.
I knew they were late. Then come see what they're terrified you'll
Stop
find.
deciding where I stand.
The basement was locked for 20 years.
And tonight it opens for me?
Not for you. Because of you.
No one touches the lock except you.
If this is another test, choke on it.
That's my pendant.
Your mother wore the other half.
So what am I now? A wife, a witness, or evidence?
A choice. Take the file and walk out. I'll carry tomorrow alone.
Sir, they're inside the gate!
They know.
Now they panic.
Open the house!
If they want it, they'll have to come through me.
Step back. Private property. We're securing Hale assets.
Assets don't scream in the rain.
They're not here for the box in your hand.
Good. Then don't let them touch what's on your back.
You spent years not seeing this bag.
That's why you lose!
Wrong bag.
Every wedding has a panic route.
Research notes, trust copy, original signatures. Get in the car.
You hid the truth in the one thing everyone called cheat.
Because no one ever looked at what carried you.
She stole from the family that fed her! Did you marry into Hale for the trust?
Ask that again when you can prove what was stolen.
You ungrateful little thief!
She stole from the family that saved her.
Did you sneak into the Hale estate to steal confidential files?
She's done this her whole life, taking what belongs to my daughter. I didn't steal a file. I found a history someone buried.
Drop that tone! You live because I took you in.
You raised me? Or did you raise a girl to fix your daughter's disasters for free?
Then prove it. If you're not a thief, what were you hiding?
Not stolen files. Stolen names.
Who is that woman?
A researcher erased from the Hale story, and someone is terrified I'll find out why.
A picture doesn't make you family.
No one said she needed your permission.
Timestamps, archive registration. The document predates her marriage. If there's thief here, it's not hers. Conrad, move faster. They're demanding a joint board and family hearing today.
Good. If they want to put my marriage on trial, I'll put their history on the stand. Did you marry into Hale for money or for the name? Was the wedding a setup from the start?
Askins that inside. Under oath.
If this marriage is a fraud, someone in that room prepared for it before I did.
A runaway bride, a replacement vows ceremony, a crippled heir hiding facts. That is not a marriage. That is market manipulation.
She was on the floor 1 second and wearing my family's ring the next. Tell them that wasn't planned.
I raised her. She always knew how to look helpless.
We move to void the marriage and suspend Mr. Hal's authority pending fraud review.
I accept independent review.
This clearance package was drafted before the vows were even registered.
Suspicion is not standing.
So if I'm the fraud, who prepared the exit before the bride even vanished? The runaway footage was recorded before market close. Your side disclosed nothing. Your side kept the stock exposed.
You were just a bridesmaid.
And still I saw the setup before you saw your own humiliation.
I formally request activation of the Founder Trust's second succession review.
On what basis?
On the basis that she may not be entering this family. She may belong to it.
Once this door opens, they stop calling you a mistake and start calling you a threat.
Good. Let them learn the difference.
Walk in steady. Fear is the only evidence they're waiting for.
You taught them to wait for it.
Pendant, birth record, research file. 3 matches activate the second sequence. If confirmed, you gain protected standing over the family foundation and partial voting restraint.
Protected standing? For a girl with no blood trail and a wedding day upgrade?
You rushed here fast for something you claim is meaningless.
Recovered intake record, infant transfer card, partial footprint preserved.
So I wasn't abandoned. I was erased.
Finish the match. A footprint proves an infant existed.
It doesn't footprint prove she belongs here.
Funny, you looked more comfortable when I was on the floor picking pearls.
The pendant mark matches the research seal. The transfer card aligns with the sealed record. Hannah Brooks qualifies for second sequence review. Review is not recognition.
That's enough recognition to start taking your votes away.
Emergency notice. Conrad's faction just locked the Foundation archive. The handwritten appendix is gone.
Then they're not scared of who I was. They're scared of what I can still take back.
A courtesy tour, Hannah. Smile, nod, and leave the real numbers to adults.
If the numbers were real, you wouldn't be guarding the elevator.
Girls from service learn one thing well: don't touch the silver.
Mrs. Hale, how does it feel to heal children with elegance? Healing doesn't happen behind glass. Push now.
This wing isn't fully operational yet.
20 donated beds, 4 delivered. The rest exist in a brochure.
They photographed our kids, then cut the deliveries.
You funded a photo shoot.
Careful. Accusations can bury you faster than poverty ever did.
Try touching her again. Lose the hand.
3 vendor accounts. Same shell address, all tied to your office.
And the transfer orders were signed 20 minutes before every charity gala.
You didn't just steal money. You stole treatment time.
Did the Hale family freeze children's funds for an internal war?
No, we frozen thief dressed as mercy. Did you cut children's funding to save your own image?
Back off, no comment.
Aim your cameras at me. If one child misses treatment today, your names go into our legal filing.
Your people froze the account. My therapist walked.
No cameras, no gala language. Fix this.
Release emergency reserve. Now.
Done, but the board will say you reversed policy under pressure.
Who signed supplies at triple price while your shelves stayed empty?
A woman wore your symbol here, years ago. She said kids aren't props. Then she vanished.
You knew this place mattered. You sent me here anyway.
I sent you where the truth still works.
The whole city is calling me a monster.
Then make them choke on it.
Not for your board. Not for your name.
Special vote filed. 3 days. They are moving to remove him tonight.
A charity wife and a crippled heir. That's not governance. That's theater.
You freeze 3 accounts and call it reform? Children lose beds while you play power.
If stolen money feels like mercy to you, keep talking.
He hides behind wheels. She hides behind wounded children. Tell me which one is more pathetic.
The children weren't hidden. Your fake accounts were. 3 documents, 3 lies. Pick which one ruins you first. Frozen accounts didn't kill treatment. Your diversions did. You promised voting favors to outside capital in exchange for control of Hale Medical.
Forgery.
Certified extraction logs, time-stamped, server verified.
And this founder's handwritten appendix. Anyone trading medical funds for family control loses trust voting rights.
You think papers make you powerful?
No, but standing does. Tomorrow, public board session. I'll walk in. You'll answer for all of it.
You leave now, and they call it proof.
You still think I'm your piece on the board. Gloria kept me useful. You kept me close for the same reason.
I kept you alive.
I wasn't your key. I wasn't your strategy.
Set a meeting with Grant.
As Mrs. Hale?
No. As second sequence in Klainavit, Hannah Brooks.
The board starts at 9. They're expecting you as Mrs. Hale.
Change the name on the badge. No Hale, Hannah Browns.
If you go as Hannah Brooks, the whole board will have to look at you twice. If you walk in as my wife, they'll bury you with me.
Then I won't walk in as your wife.
Once that door opens, I can't pull every knife out of your back.
You don't get to pull me back either.
The marriage is over. The fraud is not even trying to hide anymore.
She got the ring, the house, the headlines, now she runs.
Don't call me Mrs. Hale today. Yes, this marriage began as a transaction.
There. She said it. Throw her out!
I'm not done. You don't get my confession without my terms. I'm here as Hannah Brooks, temporary director of the Children's Fund, verified candidate of the second trust line. While you were calling me a gold dicker, your side buried treatments, inflated invoices, and traded sick children for votes.
A girl who learned table sets at weddings is lecturing this board on governance.
A girl who spent years cleaning everyone's mess can spot rot faster than the men who caused it.
The verification is complete. Hannah Brooks holds temporary veto authority over the Hale Family Medical Fund under the founder's second succession line.
Ms. Brooks, are you saying the family tried to race a legal heir?
I'm saying the wrong people have been deciding who belongs.
Then I move to freeze Vincent Hale's full executive authority. Right now.
Did you marry into Hale on purpose?
Touch my wife again, and you lose that hand.
Then answer this. Is she your wife or your cover? If this was a setup, somebody drafted the cleanup before the wedding ashes cooled.
For the stability of this company, I submit 2 motions. Suspend Vincent Hale for concealing his condition. Revoke Hannah Brooks from all Hale privileges for questionable identity and a marriage of manipulation.
She was on her knees picking pearls. 10 minutes later, she had a ring. You call that fate?
I raised her. I know that girl. She survives by making people pity her.
Objection!
Proceed with the independent review. He just surrendered.
Questionable identity? Interesting. This revelation draft was prepared before today's hearing stamp. If I'm the fraud, why were you ready to bury me before I spoke?
Careful. Confidence is not proof.
No. But panic leaves fingerprints.
This was marked urgent for you only.
Who sent this?
Not me.
You knew this house had answers. You sent me here without the truth.
Then stop asking me. Find it.
Archive room. Last door below. If it's missing, it was taken on purpose.
How long has everyone been watching me dig for my own name?
Long enough to know you were never the accident.
Same project code, same crest. Someone tore out every page with her name.
You erased her. Then you called me nobody.
That isn't the name your mother gave you.
Who are you?
You knew my face before I did.
Not your face. Your mother's name. Then this family erased her from every wall, every file, every speech.
She was real. The second sequence was never a story. It was a lock. Your pendant is half the key. Vincent knew all of this. He knew you might matter. He did not have this.
If they see that file, they won't call you poor. They'll call you dangerous.
I raised her. I know that look. She takes what isn't hers.
Are you even a Brooks?
She's not my daughter. She's a stray I was kind enough to keep.
You fed me leftovers and called it love. You didn't raise a daughter. You trained a backup. You stole my name before I could speak it.
Careful. You just made her impossible to bury.
Your bloodline is under suspicion. Why should anyone trust you with a children's fund?
We raised her with love. She always wanted what belonged to my daughter.
The board has froze your access to the fund offices.
Temporary suspension, not a verdict.
When a name is unthornton, must wait.
You here for damage control or photos?
Neither. Show me what stopped moving when their money froze.
Therapy chairs, weekend transport, 2 inhaler batches.
Move intake here. Put urgent kids first. Call families in clusters, not one by one.
You talk fast. Can you make it real?
Call every driver who ever owed a wedding venue a favor. I'll cover transport by nightfall.
Room 3's been waiting 6 weeks. Start there.
They think you disappeared because you're guilty.
Good. Let them keep talking while I count what they buried.
Some neutral directors are waving.
Then don't send them my defense, send them the children's wait list.
The board froze you. Conrad won't stop there.
You want me erased clean.
If you sign tonight, I can get you out before they tear you apart.
You still think leaving is protection?
I think survival comes first.
No. You think choosing for me is love.
Sit. We end this clean.
That folded had my name before I even walked in, didn't it?
Divorce. No payout fight. No press trial. You walk away untouched.
You still do the same thing. Different paperwork. Same cage.
This cage keeps you alive.
It keeps you in control. You picked me at that altar. You investigated me. You married me for leverage.
Yes. At first.
You call it protection because that sounds better than possession.
If they come for you through me, they won't stop.
Then stop deciding what I can survive.
I know what this family does to women who stand alone.
Then watch me stand.
Sign it, and you're free.
Freedom doesn't come from your permission. I may leave this marriage. I won't leave myself again.
Then tell me how. This time, I do it your way.
Did you marry into Hale for money, then hide behind sick children? If helping children scares this family, maybe theft is what made them comfortable. Are you speaking as Mrs. Hale? No, as the woman you're all trying and failing to shut up.
You should have taken the divorce and disappeared gracefully.
Grace is what men like you demand from women you're stealing from.
Inside, facts will bury you.
Then you'd better pray yours survive daylight.
State your standing for the record.
Hannah Brooks, acting project lead. The one who had to fix what your donors only photographed.
Charming, but we're here to examine your misconduct.
No. We're here because your supplier billed 3 times the market price for machines that never reached the children's wing. You didn't lose control of this fund. You fed on it.
These serial numbers don't match the units installed in our ward.
Then ask her why project funds went missing under her watch.
You're holding the wrong report.
You're late.
No, I waited until your forgery was on record.
The supplemental trust interpretation submitted by Mr. Hale as counsel uses a seal version issued 6 years after the alleged signing date.
Finish what you started.
The second succession clause is dead. Your claim dies with it. Signed, filed, final.
A forged stamp doesn't become truth because rich men nod at it.
Careful. Accusing the family without proof is how outsiders get buried.
She's right.
Paper stock issued 8 years after the alleged signing date, wrong archival code, wrong notary seal series.
I retired that seal before this family learned how to lie with it.
Forgery isn't a defect, it's intent.
Then let's discuss fraud we can all see. He lied to this board for years. A man who faked weakness cannot preach integrity.
One man hid weakness to survive your knife.
Stop lying for them! They used me too!
If Conrad, Julian, the deal they made after the wedding collapsed. Now we hear everything. Julian and Uncle Conrad, they said I'd be protected. Protected? You ran from your wedding and left me kneeling in the dirt.
I didn't know they'd dump everything on me. The stocks, the leak, the fake stories. I was bait too. Then buy your way out. With truth.
Keep going.
I have the raw audio. Conrad promised Julian he could tank the wedding, crash the stock, then blame Vincent for market fraud. I testify. I'm dead. Julian has the transfers routed through my account.
Dead is dramatic. Prison is more likely.
You owe me that much. Mom used you for me your whole life.
No. That debt was never mine. You want protection? Public testimony. Full audio, original transfers, no edits, no
An immunity.
Conditional cooperation. You lie once, it dies.
If the transfers match the audio, Conrad's done.
I'm not saving your war. I'm ending mine.
The pendant has a second chamber, a micro key. It opens the Founder's Archive under the Foundation ballroom.
My mother hid the last door on me.
Tomorrow, we take it back. The board thinks tomorrow's about votes. It isn't. It's about what they're hiding under the ballroom.
You mean the thing you didn't tell me existed until now?
Founder Archive Vault, sealed access. Your pendant key matches the old lock geometry.
So while they rehearse charity upstairs, we dig up the body downstairs.
Tonight you choose, walk away or walk in first.
Move. If this opens another lie, I'm done being your miracle key.
This handwriting. She didn't throw me away.
Tomorrow, I don't beg for a seat. I take his name off the wall.
Sir, lockdown. Someone tripped the ballroom security grid.
You said we were ahead.
Bring the girl upstairs, Vincent. Kneel in front of the board, and I may let the archive survive.
You still think she's the bait?
Tomorrow, I walk out with everything.
You came back right on time to lose in public.
No. I came back to end the thief wearing your family name.
Are you claiming the Hale Fund was stolen?
I'm proving it. These children got treatment only after their account stopped feeding his allies.
Let her speak. This stage belongs to the person who actually saved the fund.
You ungrateful girl! Everything you have came from being taken in! You didn't raise a daughter. You raised a cleanup crew for your real one. Play it! Let them hear who planned the market jump before my wedding collapsed.
Shut it off!
You only looked powerful while I was sitting.
The Founder's original trust is valid. Second succession stands. Fund abuse voids Conrad Hale's voting privilege effective immediately.
You think this makes you one of us?
No. It means none of you get to decide who counts anymore.
The first time, I used a ring to corner you. This time I return the choice. Hannah, will you marry me for real?